Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Georgia and today I'm going to be watching episode 11 of KinnPorsche. So last episode we had a major showdown with the major and minor family. Well, I say the minor family, I mean Vegas. He's the only important one at this point. It turns out that Tawan and Vegas were secretly working together / were boyfriends, I think. What, fiancés? He literally proposed to him. Tawan was just playing Vegas's tune. It was not at all real from Vegas's side, and I now think that Vegas's moves on Porsche have all been fake this whole time too. I kind of believed it a lot of the time, but I think it's just all part of his plan to ruin the major family. But Tawan had been working for the minor family for years. That didn't really surprise me. The secret relationship / engagement was what surprised me. And they'd kidnapped Porsche, they'd brought Porsche into it, and Kinn was there too to rescue him. It was like all the worlds suddenly collided into one for that big scene, and Big died. Rest in peace, Big. The best bodyguard for Kinn, let's be real. He literally died for his love. Surprisingly, a heartwarming scene. And Ken, oh my god, so much happened. Ken is the mole, and Vegas's dad killed him, and they brought them his head, which was so like 1800s of them. And they tried making out like Vegas had no idea about it, or they were trying to expose Ken as the mole. It was all part of some plan to benefit the major family, which was a load of BS, and I don't think Kinn believed it. But Peter's tied up in Vegas's red room, and Vegas started torturing him. So this is going to be the start of a very interesting turn of events, I think. I'm intrigued to see how Vegas and Pete fall in love over this, especially from Pete's side. And also to see Vegas fall in love, I think it's going to be interesting because he's such a cold, calculating human being. It doesn't seem like he cares about anyone, but he can be very persuasive, so we'll see how this goes. If you want to watch my uncut reactions to KinnPorsche, the link to the Patreon page will be in the description below. Leave a like if you enjoy, and let's get into episode 11. This is more fun. Is he interesting because he can take it?
No legacy is so rich as honesty. What a lot of bullshit. มีแค่คนโง่เท่านั้นที่เชื่อว่าความซื่อสัตย์มีอยู่จริงมึงทำเหี้ยอะไรอยู่อ่ะฮะป้ามึงรู้ตัวไหมผมทำตามที่ป้าบอกไงกูบอกว่าอะไรกูให้มึงไปคอยตามดูไอ้ Porsche ไม่ใช่มึงไปทำร้ายเขาหน้าดียังไงขัดคำสั่งกูฮะ
Jesus. The difference between how Korn handles his sons with him. Korn just gives them a very gentle speech. He's out here doing this.
มึงรีบไปเก็บกระเป๋าหนีไปเซฟเฮาส์ก่อนแล้วเรื่องศาลเราค่อยว่ากันเก็บกวาดให้เรียบร้อยด้วย
All of his toxic traits come from his father.
มึงคงไม่ได้กลับไปเยี่ยมบ้านมานานแล้วนะกูทำเรื่องลาพักร้อนให้
The contrast. May I see my grandma?
เชี่ยไอ้พีทโอ้ยกูลืมแม่งไปเลย
Yeah.
พี่กลับบ้านเหรอวะทำไมเรื่องสำคัญแบบนี้มันไม่โทรมาบอกวะบ้าบ้างเหรอ
Kinn has his suspicion. Kinn, you sent him to Vegas's place. Like, cogs should be turning. Although, to be fair, they do look like they are.
ยายมึงคงรักมึงมากนะมึงคงไม่อยากเห็นยาย
อย่าไปยุ่งกับยายกู
ถ้ายายมึงหายไปอ่ะมึงคิดว่าตระกูลหลักจะตามหาหรือเปล่า
Leave the grandmas alone. Leave the family alone. They took Porsche last time.
กูยอมแล้วไอ้กัสกูยอมแล้ว
Oh, Pete.
บอกครับยายครับผมพอดีผมเป็นเพื่อนพีทพอดีผมได้หยุดวันหยุดจากตระกูลหลักครับก็เสร็จเดี๋ยวผมกลับบ้านนะครับ
Oh my god, Vegas.
ไว้เราไปเที่ยวกันนะยายรักยายนะ
Oh.
ผมมั่นครับยายถ้าตระกูลหลักถามครับรบกวนบอกว่าพีทอยู่บ้านนะครับ
Oh, well, that's not suspicious.
พอใจมึงหรือยัง
ยัง
Then why are you smiling?
นี่กูเพิ่งเริ่มไม่อยากไปเซฟเขาคนเดียววะว่า
I dread to think what he's gonna do when they're
เอาสัตว์เลี้ยง
alone.
Who's a good boy
Ew. He's a lot stronger than I thought. You know, from the first time we saw him dancing around with no underwear on, I wouldn't have expected him to be this resilient.
ไอพิษมันถึงบ้านแล้วใช่ไหมครับผมโทรหามันไม่ติดเลยอ๋อขอบคุณครับ
At least Kinn did check.
เอานะคิดมากนะมึง
Oh no,
กู
Porsche.
อยากพักบ้างเลย
Kinn's instincts are right this time.
กูอยากคุยเรื่อง Porsche ผมจะให้มันออกจากงานแล้วน้อมเกี่ยวอะไรด้วย
หรือมันตัวเหม็นน่ะ
แล้วอยู่ดีๆมันก็กลัวตายซะงั้นเหรอ
โอ้มาจากกันแน่คินฮะ
กูรักมัน
Oh.
จบไหม บ้าปี
It is kind of cute the way he just said it.
โคตรพีคมาเฟียลั่นกลางห้องประชุมผมรักบริการครับ
They all know.
เจ้าคินบอกว่ามันรักแก
How awkward to answer like this.
ครับ แล้วมึงอะรักมันหรือเปล่า
รักครับแล้วที่นี่ก็ไม่มีกฎห้ามเจ้านายรักกับลูกน้อง แต่ความรักเนี่ยมันจะเป็นอุปสรรคในการทำงาน
He's issued that warning before.
ฉันไม่ให้แกทำหน้าที่บริการดของเจ้าคินอีกต่อไป แต่ฉันจะให้แกกับน้องชาย
Oh,
Yeah, I'm
and
in
Porsche.
ในฐานะแฟนของเจ้าคิน
I love that they're all supportive. Oh, he does actually have a pet.
alright
Hedgehog.
แดกซะ
Oh, is it in a dish?
ให้มึงแดก
Oh, God. It doesn't even look nice.
เป็นไง ได้ แดกให้หมดนะมึง Sorry about that. That scare you, buddy?
It's nice to know he has his limits and doesn't kill animals. That's a line too far. Is this Kim? I guess my leading theory is that
พ่อแม่พอ
Kinn's
ได้
dad
ยินว่าโดนไฮ
must
โซสักคน
have
ขับรถชนตายอะ
Kinn's dad must have had something to do with Porsche's parents' death, and so he feels bad over it and wants to keep a closer eye on him. I don't understand, because if he killed his parents all those years ago, I don't understand why hiring him would benefit him in any way, whether he feels bad or not. It's always seemed to me like he actually likes Porsche, but I don't see why he would bring him back into his life. Unless, Vegas's dad killed Porsche's parents and he like brought Porsche in to rile him up or like as a threat to the minor family. Why does Kim want to know so badly? There's so many questions surrounding this.
เรามีกันอยู่แค่2 คนนะเว้ยถ้าเฮียเป็นอะไรไปแล้วผมจะอยู่กับใครอ่ะ
กูสัญ
I
ญา
know.
พวกกูจะไม่เป็นอะไร กูจะไม่ทิ้งมึงไปไหนอีก
They're in this together now. They're living in this life.
มึงได้ยินกูใช่ปะกูขอดูแลทั้งมึงแล้วก็คินได้ปะวะ กูทิ้งใครไปไม่ได้อะ
Aww.
ผมคิดถึงเฮียมากเลยนะลุง
It's nice to have them back now.
จะให้ทำไงอ่ะ คิดว่าผมอยากอยู่นี่หรอ
ทำไมมึงไม่แดก กูไม่กิน กูแค่ไม่หิว กูทำให้มึงเจ็บ มึงจะได้จำ
Holy shit.
มึงแม่งไม่สนุกเลยวะ
Every time he has a conversation with his father, straight into him. Wow.
มึงคิดว่ากูไม่รู้ทันแผนโง่ๆของมึงเหรอ
Oh, what? I thought that was so good.
มึงเก่งมากเลยนะ หัวหน้าบริการดตระกูลหลัก
contrast between Vegas and Pete and then Kinn and Porsche.
ตอนเด็กๆแม่กูชอบเป่าผมให้แบบนี้เหมือนกัน
วันนี้กูขอเป็นคนเป่าผมให้มึงด้วยได้ปะวะ
This is a very sweet episode for Kinn and Porsche, so I don't think it's gonna last. Last time we had this was in episode 8, and then the next episode shit hit the fan with Tawan. So next episode something's gonna go down. Oh no.
Oh, yeah.
That was so sassy. Childhood's end.
เหมือนทองที่มึงดีลไว้ล้มไม่เป็นท่าแล้วลูกเฮียสร้างแต่ความชิบหายชาตินี้มึงไม่มีวันชนะไอ้คินได้หรอก
Okay, but is this really about Vegas and Kinn, or is it about you and your own brother?
มึงกับไอ้มาเก๊าอะไม่สมควรจะเกิดมาเป็นลูกกูด้วยซ้ำ
Shut the fuck up. Oh my god, I can't stand people like that. And yet, he's like, ugh. I hate this man. Wow, low-key feeling for Vegas right now. But like, his dad is projecting his insecurities on him because he's never been able to live up to his brother. His brother is the head of the major family. He's the head of the minor family. It's his own shortcomings that have dealt him this hand in life. And then I'm assuming throughout his whole childhood, he's been like this towards Vegas, and that's why Vegas is so fucked up now. So he's projected all of this onto his son as long as he's been alive, pretty much, like his whole life. He's told him he's a failure, giving him all this negative reinforcement. So of course Vegas is gonna grow up to be this, whatever he is now, this psychopath. And now Vegas is projecting all his anger towards his father on Pete. Like, I would hedge my bets right now that the next scene is going to be another scene of Vegas torturing Pete. Because it seems like every time he has a conversation like this with his father, he goes straight to Pete and takes it all out on him. Maybe Pete can be the light in Vegas's life because Pete can take it. As of right now, he can take it at least. And he's still fighting back, like he hasn't been broken down by all this abuse. Vegas keeps saying, "You're no fun." And I think it's because Pete isn't, you know, begging for his life or anything like that. He's just taking it because he's very resilient. In that one shot where he was sat in the chair, he looked like a little boy, like he'd been reverted back to a child. And now... Why do they always say fudge? It's not fudge.
มึงไม่ต้องมาแกล้งหรอกพีทลุกขึ้นมาสมน้ำหน้ากูสิ
Oh my god, is he
พีท
dying?
มึงอย่ามากวนตีนกู
ไอ้พีท
Oh my god.
เฮ้ยไอ้พีท
Oh my god, you can clean up those wounds? Holy shit.
พี่มึงลุกดิ
I just said you can clean up those wounds. As if. Could you imagine if we just had a scene of Vegas torturing him and then cleaning up his wounds for him? Unrealistic, Georgia. Oh my god, wait. O'Shea's gonna end up finding out that Kim
อ้าว
is related to this.
น้องไอ้พอใช่ไหมเนี่ย
สวัสดีครับผมปอร์เช่พิชยะกิติสวัสดิ์ครับ
กับแทนคุณน่ะมีแต่ความสบายมีแต่ความชิลเว้ยมึงรู้ป่ะกูอะนะ
The
เลี้ยงน้อง
only
มาตั้ง2
chilling.
คน
Oh,
ได้ดีทุกคน
who's your other brother?
โตมาหล่อเหมือนกูเป๊ะอีกหน่อยอ่ะมึงก็เหมือนกูเชื่อกูแล้ว
That's
จะ
a
เจ
good
ริญ
photo.
จำไว้นะปอร์เช่ก็เห็นมันไปช่วยมึงที่โกดังด้วยนี่
ช่วยผมที่โกดังเหรอ
Oh my god. He's patching him up. The way the lighting's changed, it's such like soft warm lighting now, whereas before there was so much red.
แผลมันอักเสบอะมึงนี่แดกซะก็ปล่อยให้กูตายเลยดิ
Shook. This is how you treat a pet.
ทำไมไม่ปล่อยให้กูตายอะมันง่ายไปมึงต้องทุรนทุรายจนกว่ากูจะพอใจ
I feel like there won't be too much suffering anymore. The way the lighting turned yellow, the whole like time there's been Vegas Pete scenes, it had like traffic lighting with the red, yellow and green. And then a lot of the time, the light that was illuminating out onto them was red. because obviously red is Vegas's color, and red is, you know, red flag, danger, anger, hurt, and now it's gone to the yellow. So it's almost like they're bridging the gap, like they're reaching a bit of an impasse here where they're like connecting.
อะไรก็สู้เจ้านายมึงไม่ได้หรอกแล้วทำไมต้องเปรียบเทียบทุกคนก็มีด้านดีแล้วก็ไม่ดีทั้งนั้นแหละมันก็ทำเพื่อป้าตรงนี้มันก็เป็นลูกที่ดีไม่ใช่หรอไม่เคยเจอแบบที่กูเจอดิ
How do you know?
ตอนเด็กๆพ่อกูบังคับให้กูชกมวยวันไหนที่กูแพ้เขาก็ลงไม้ลงมือกับกูมารู้ว่าพ่อกูก็เป็นนักมวยเก่าเขาไม่เคยชนะใครแล้วก็เอาความเจ็บมาพาลงใส่ที่กูมึงหาว่าป้ากูห่วยเหรอ
Yeah.
เขาเคยชนะกูก่อนไหมล่ะ
Exactly. Oh my god, PE King.
พวกเขาไม่ได้ตีเราเพราะเราห่วย
It's because
แต่
they
ที่เขาตี
suck.
เพราะพวกเขานั่นแหละที่ห่วยเสือก
Shut up, man. Man, that was good. So finishing my point. Wow, that was actually really sad. I didn't realise Pete had such a tragic backstory. It's nice that he has his grandma now, though. Or, well, kinda. It's nice that there is someone in his family that takes care of him and that he loves, and that is his grandma. But it sucks that he had that kind of upbringing. But this is their bonding moment. So they're in the yellow. They're reaching middle ground now, and they've connected over something now. They've connected over having sucky fathers, and I think that's Vegas's first realization that it's not all his fault. I don't think he's ever realized that that is the reason his father is doing this to him, that his father is projecting his hatred of himself and his own failures onto him. He never realized that, and it's amazing how people in the situations can't view it like that. And Pete is just so good. And it's funny, he gave that advice to his abuser because he's been in that situation before and because he gets it. Like, this is a classic example of you can go through the same thing and you'll turn out one way and someone else will turn out the other. Pete was abused by his dad and he's turned into this very strong, lovely person, and then Vegas was abused by his dad and he's turned into the ultimate villain. It's amazing how you can have a similar upbringing and turn out so completely different, and Pete would be so good for Vegas. But in a way, Pete deserves better than to be with an abuser. But we'll see how it goes. That was a very good scene, though.
สวัสดีครับพี่คิม
Oh shit.
น้องคนเล็กแห่งบ้านตระกูลหลักพี่รู้มาตลอดเลยใช่ป่ะว่าผมเป็นน้องเฮียพอสอ่ะคิดว่าพี่จะติวให้เราทำไมพี่พูดแบบนี้ได้ไงอ่ะถ้าไม่เป็นไรเราขอตัวนะ
Oh my god, he's so cold.
พี่เคยรักผมบ้างหรือเปล่า
Oh, poor shame. How could someone just turn off their feelings like that? Last episode, he literally beat people up for him to save him. Oh no. This was what I didn't want to have to see. And what is this now? Kinn and Porsche flying off happily in a helicopter? Yeah.
โอเคไหม
You're asking if he's okay.
วันนี้เจ็บน้อยกว่าที่ผ่านมา
Because you know the reasoning now.
ยังไม่แดกอีกเหรอ
Why has Vegas gone so soft now?
มันทำไว้นานแล้วเหรอมันดูเย็นๆนะ
Oh! And now it's steaming. Before, when he was digging his face in it, I knew it was cold. It looked disgusting and cold. Now he's heating it up for him. The bare minimum is so cute. Oh, Pete is so cute. How is he still smiling in a situation like this?
เชี่ยหรือว่ามันจะแอบใส่ยาพิษลงไปวะ
Oh my
จะมา
god.
ตายงูแบบนี้ไม่ได้
He can hear you.
ยาพิษเหี้ยอะไรนี่แหละนะ
Vegas is smiling! Why have I just turned around on it? I've never had such whiplash from a ship before. I actually am kind of rooting for it now, which I didn't think I would be, especially at the start.
โยมมานพแกเป็นอัลไซเมอร์แกจำอะไรไม่ค่อยได้หรอก ญาติแกเลยมาฝากไว้ทางวัดดูแล
มันก็น่าจะเป็นค่าจ้างให้ลุงมาเล่นเป็นคนความจำเสื่อมอยู่นะ
Wow, how can you fake that, man?
คุณต้องการอะไร
That's so
ก็ถ้าลุง
messed
จำได้
up.
อะว่าใครเป็นคนสั่งให้ลบข้อมูลคดีนี้ทั้งหมดก็จะลืมว่าคนในรูปเนี่ย
คนที่สั่งให้ลบข้อมูลนี้ทั้งหมด คือคุณก่อน พ่อของคุณ
สวัสดีครับลุงกิน ไม่ได้เจอกันนานเลยนะครับ
ทุกครั้งที่กูมีอารมณ์ร้ายอะสายตามึงฟ้องอะมึงชอบปล่อยมันออกมาดิ
Holy shit, now that is a lighting change. The previews for this show are so short, they really don't give much away about what's going to happen next episode. Okay, so I feel like I said a lot of what I wanted to say throughout the episode, but as a rundown, I loved the contrast between all three of the ships this episode. We had Kinn and Porsche living their best lives, being so happy, which again, it won't last. Next episode, they're gonna break up or something for sure. I have no doubt in my mind. Something very dramatic is gonna happen with them next episode, and there's gonna be a lot less happiness than there was this episode for them. But I'm glad they had fun while it lasted. Kim is such a cold, calculating person. I think he genuinely does have feelings for Porsche now, because his actions last episode proved that, but he's just able to switch off his feelings in an instant for the bigger picture, because originally it started out as he needed to use Porsche to find out more information about this case, and now he's putting the case back at the forefront of his mind because Porsche was distracting him from it, and his feelings were distracting him, and he's able to just switch them off and act like that in front of him. The boy he loves, the boy who is crying and breaking down in front of him, he's able to just walk away from that. Incredible. I think Kim is a really interesting character, and I wish we got more of him. There's still 3 episodes left, so he could be really coming to the forefront now as the case builds up and up, but I think he is so interesting, and he's, especially considering he's been separated from the family and he's not really involved in the Mafia stuff, he looks like the one most suited for the Mafia lifestyle because of how cold he is. And also, as expected, my heart broke for Porsche when he found out that the whole relationship was effectively a lie, even though it wasn't, because Kim does like him. The way he acted then, you know, would make you think, oh my god, it was all fake. And this poor boy, he had a hell of a day moving into a new house, finding out that his brother is in love with a Mafia boss and been working for a Mafia boss, and now he's got to live with them, and then finding out that his boyfriend was involved in that and never really liked him. That is a terrible day for Porsche. And Vegas and Pete, there was a journey for them this episode. Like, the way their journey went with each other was kind of my journey with them too. Like, at the start I was thinking, I don't know how I'm ever going to be able to root for this, because he is torturing him and it's awful to watch, and that Pete is having to go through this. And I still think, in the grand scheme of things, if this were real, Pete deserves so much better, but it is a fictional show. Seeing how soft Vegas was at the end, whether that lasts or not I don't know, but seeing Vegas like realizing the truth behind his trauma, and Pete being the one that made him realize that, and then in turn that making the abuse from his father not feel as bad, I think was so important for Vegas as a person. And it must have been quite a big moment for him too, because he's been living with this abuse his whole life, and then to finally have the root cause of it spelled out right in front of you, it makes you view it all in a different light, and it's made him able to withstand the abuse now. He said that the words from his father didn't hurt as much as they normally did after his conversation with Pete, so I feel like this is like the start of a healing process for Vegas, I guess. He's still an awful person and an irredeemable person, of course, but the tragic backstory humanizes him. It doesn't make him redeemable. Like, everything he's done, his actions are not redeemable in the slightest, but he's a villain. He doesn't have to be. I feel like he's a villain. He knows he's a villain. He doesn't care who knows that he is a villain. He doesn't care if he's liked by other people. He just wants to make his father proud, and it's the one thing that he'll never be able to do. He's just a little boy who wants his father's love, but he's never going to get it. And I think that makes him very human. He's a terrible human, but it's still very human of him. It's a human objective to have in life. And also finding out that Pete had such a tragic backstory too was very surprising. I don't really think much about the rest of the bodyguards and their backstories because there's so many characters in this show, they can't really get through everyone, but I'm glad they gave that tiny insight into Pete's childhood, and that turned out to be a bonding moment for them. And I feel like it was a small moment, but it was such an important one, and hopefully this is the start of Vegas treating him better. That's it for today, guys. Thank you for watching my reaction to episode 11 of KinnPorsche. If you want to watch my uncut reactions to KinnPorsche, the link to the Patreon page will be in the description below. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time for episode 12.